Hi Year 9s. Today we're going to look at parabolas, and that's a word meaning a graph that is curved rather than straight. And so we're going to look at this particular graph here, y equals x squared minus 3, and because we've never seen it before, we're going to start by filling out this table. So here's our equation, and we're going to work that out for each value of x. We'll put it in there instead of x. So for our first one, y is going to be negative 2 squared minus 3. Now we'll get our calculator out for that, and it's very important that when we're using our calculator that we put brackets around negative 2. So I'll go brackets, negative 2, brackets, and then square it. And what that does is take account of the negative in front of the 2, and then we'll go minus 3 equals, and so that tells us that it comes out as 1. So that equals 1. So when we do it for the next one, we're going to have negative 1 squared minus 3, and so we'll put that into our calculator. So I can actually just go back and delete 2 and replace it with 1, and that gives us negative 2. So I'll put that in, negative 2. And for our next one, we'll have 0 squared minus 3. Well, I can do that in my head because that will just be negative 3. The next one will be 1 squared minus 3, so we can go to our calculator for that one. 1 squared minus 3. Don't need brackets for 1 because it's not negative, so that's negative 2. And then we'll have 2 squared minus 3. So I'll put that into our calculator. 2 squared minus 3, and that gives us 1. Okay. So now we can write out the coordinates. So our x coordinate, this one here, is negative 2, and negative 2, and our y coordinate is 1. 1. Okay. Our next one is negative 1, and our y coordinate is negative 2, negative 3, 0, negative 3, 1, negative 2, and 2, 1. Okay, so those are all our coordinates. So now that we've got a set of coordinates, we can put them onto our graph over here. So our first coordinate is 1, negative 2, 1. So negative 2 on the x and 1 on the y. So that's our first coordinate. Then negative 1, negative 2. And then 0, 3. So that's going to be right there on the axis. And then 1, negative 2. And then we've got 2, 1 up here. So you'll see that these don't follow a line, and so what we do is we put in a curve. So we don't use a ruler for this. We just sketch in as carefully as we can the curve that goes through these points. And we just extend it a little bit past the last point and just put arrows on there to show that they keep on going forever. And like before, we write y equals x squared, so we write the equation of the graph there to label it. So it's pretty straightforward when you've got a table like that. You just put the values into the table, and then you plot the points and then join it with a curve. And you can see here that I've been a bit wobbly, but I think with a pencil on paper you'll be a bit smoother than that. And it does take a little bit of practice as well. But whatever you do, don't join them with straight lines because they are curves, they aren't straight lines. So you've got some work there, 13.11, and for those of you wanting to extend yourself a bit, you've got 13.12 as well. So good luck with that.